Hey there, I'm Brian Conway, and if you're early in your tech selling career, or perhaps you're looking to get into tech sales, I don't know, but if that's you, this video is for you, because I want you to realize how great an industry this actually is. I want you to understand that the earning potential is phenomenal, as well as the personal satisfaction and the challenge and the exciting industry that tech sales actually is. I know individuals are on $250,000 basics, plus commission and health packages and all that sort of stuff. That is reality, and that is more in some cases than a professional lawyer or a medical doctor or something can earn. So it really is an industry with huge potential, as well as being exciting and fast moving and everything else you sort of want in a job so you don't get bored. I personally have been in the tech sector for over 40 years now. I've been in tech sector sales for 30 plus years, and I've worked with some of the biggest tech companies worldwide and seen all the evolution of technology. But some of the things that don't change are fundamental sales skills. Just a quick story for you, just to come back to how you could potentially become a high-performing sales individual. But the story I want to tell was just something I was thinking about the other day, because it was my daughter's graduation there last week, and it was great watching her and many other young adults, go across their stage and achieve their degree. My daughter now has a Bachelor of Science, very proud of everything she's achieved. But what it got me thinking was there's all these individuals who've invested 3 years of their lives and a lot of money, they were throwing a lot of my money anyway, 3 years of their lives to get a degree with the hope of getting a job in a particular field. And one thing I've noticed in the world of tech sales is there are a lot of individuals who are in the role of selling technology who have no training. They're not invested 3 years, they're not invested 3 weeks, and in many cases not invested 3 days. If that is you, if you are in a tech role, or you're thinking of getting into tech sales, and you have had no or little recent, I'll add that as well, sales training, I'm not talking about product training, I'm talking about sales skills training, then you will never achieve the pinnacles that I've talked about earlier. Those individuals don't get there by chance. It's the investment they make in themselves. Now, when you get into some of these bigger companies, yes, they will make investments in you and obviously provide training. But not every tech company has the deep pockets of some of these big global multi-billion-dollar tech companies. They don't, the smaller companies, they don't invest in their people in the same way. So if that's the case, you need to take control and you need to invest in yourself. Now, if you're looking to get into tech sales, let's look at that as an example for a moment. And you're going for a job interview. Now, yes, you may have a great personality and you may understand a little bit about the world of technology and have a passion for that. And you could be a good candidate potentially for an organization. But that's all based on your potential. But what if you then, in that interview, were able to truly differentiate yourself against other competitors by talking about the investment you've made in yourself with regards to your tech selling competencies, not just your technical competencies, but your sales skills? That could truly differentiate you in that situation. Not only help you get the job, but actually once you're in the job, hit the ground running and really excel and do that very, very fast and move to the top of the leaderboard, so to speak, if the company you went to work for has a sales leaderboard, which many do. Maybe, depending on the size of the company, winning the big awards and the free holidays and all that sort of stuff that is often available to individuals. And so that's if you are new to sales, and if you're early in your sales career and you've not had any formal training, and I don't mean just half a day workshop or something with some sales trainer that kind of perhaps came into your company. I don't mean watching half a dozen videos on YouTube about hard closing tactics, which seems to be very topical these days, but don't get me started on that. Don't think you need to hard close. Don't think that's appropriate in sales, especially in tech sales. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about investing in a proper tech-centric sales training program. You don't have to invest a lot of time. You see, back in the day, I had the privilege, and many individuals of my age, working for big companies like IBM and Xerox, etc., they all had a sales school. And you spent months getting trained in the art of selling. Not the product, you had that as well, but in the art of selling. And unfortunately, like I said, apart from some of the bigger organizations, you don't see that anymore. It's kind of down to you. They'll employ you, they'll give you some product knowledge, and they'll just expect you to succeed. And if you don't, and you don't hit quota, you're out sometimes just as quick. And of course, then you've got to go for your next job with actually a failure or being sacked on your resume that you then got to try and justify and explain. But again, even if that's the situation, you could say, this is what happened, own it. This is what I've done about it. I've got myself some formal tech sales training and rectify that problem so it doesn't happen again. So training will help you. Training is paramount to success. I don't care what you say, what you think of the world as it is today, what technology is available to help you in selling with AI and CRMs and all that sort of stuff. It still comes down to some core fundamental principles of salesmanship. And if you don't have that, you will always struggle because you won't know what you're doing. And you'll try and watch what other people do, perhaps, but you don't understand the principles that they're applying. You just see the outcome that they're achieving. So I just want to talk about that because as I said, it was catalyst was seeing my daughter go across stage and all these people sort of early in their career, which is very exciting for them, but also realizing and recognizing that the majority of you out there, if you're early in your career, you need to up your game. You need to differentiate yourself in the market, and you need to learn the rules of selling, the fundamental skills that you need to be successful, because without them, you'll always struggle. Now, you might do well, but you won't do exceptionally well. Like anything, there's a top 5%, there's a top 1% of performers in any endeavor that we may look at. You want to be in the top 5 to 1%. That's where the big money is, and the rewards of your effort will be. You'll work just as hard, actually, to digress ever so slightly, you'll work just as hard earning 100K a year as you could earn $1 million a year. Right? And that is the potential sort of differential in some instances. So anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope you found that kind of just a bit thought-provoking, especially if you're relatively new to the world of technology selling. My name's Brian Conway. If you want any more information or some training, there's links below. You'll find me. Put some effort in. But as I said, my objective of this video is just to really get you thinking about what you want from your career in tech sales, if it's a job you're in or a job you're looking to get into. Thanks for your time. Take care and happy selling. Bye-bye.